Mr. Anderson walked into Crest Hill High with nothing but a weathered leather bag, a quiet smile, and a secret past. To the students, he looked like an easy target, a new teacher with soft eyes, quiet steps, and a name they hadn't heard before. They didn't know that he had once taught in inner-city schools riddled with violence and pain, nor did they know that he wasn't just there to teach English, he was there to rebuild his life. What he didn't expect was a classroom of bullies waiting to tear him down before he even began. The moment he stepped into room 204, the whispers started. "Easy prey," one sneered. Another tossed a crumpled paper at his back while he wrote his name on the board. Laughter followed. Mr. Anderson turned slowly, his smile unwavering, and simply said, "I'll wait." The class didn't quiet. Instead, a ringleader named Kyle leaned back in his chair and muttered loud enough for all to hear, "Bet he'll quit before Friday." Kyle had been the king of chaos since middle school. His father was never around, his mother worked 2 jobs, and he'd learned that pushing others away before they could reject him was safer. Mr. Anderson, however, saw something deeper in his eyes, pain disguised as arrogance. He didn't react the way most teachers did. No yelling. No detentions. Just calm presence. That afternoon, Kyle and his friends decided to initiate the new teacher. They filled the chalkboard tray with glue, jammed the projector with gum, and stuck fake roaches in the teacher's drawer. The class roared with laughter when Mr. Anderson calmly sat down, looked at each prank without a word, then stood and turned to face them. "I have 60 seconds, he said, "to tell you why I'm still standing." A hush fell. The clock ticked. "I once taught in a school where gunshots echoed more than school bells. I stood between a student and a gang member to save his life. I've been spat on, cursed at, and even threatened. I've held a student's hand as he cried about his sister being taken by drugs. And yet, I never left. Not because I'm weak. But because I care." He paused, walking slowly to Kyle's desk. "I see anger in you, not cruelty. But anger will burn you alive if you let it. You want to push me? Try. But know this, I'm not leaving." For a full minute, no one spoke. Kyle's face fell. Something about Mr. Anderson's words struck a chord he hadn't felt in years. Someone wasn't giving up on him. The transformation didn't happen overnight. But it began that day. Kyle stopped throwing insults. Mr. Anderson gave him a journal and told him to write when he couldn't speak. Over time, Kyle started staying after class, helping clean the board, even asking about books. The other students followed. But not everyone accepted change. One afternoon, another student, Derek, pushed a classmate against a locker. Mr. Anderson stepped in, not with force, but with fierce, steady words. "This is your line. Choose what kind of man you want to be." Derek backed off. Later, he returned and apologized, something no one had ever seen him do. Mr. Anderson built more than a classroom. He built a sanctuary. He brought in old books from home, started a no judgment poetry day every Friday, and told stories that opened hearts. Grades improved. Fights lessened. Parents started showing up to meetings again. 1 year later, Crest Hill High nominated him for Teacher of the Year. When asked why he stayed, Mr. Anderson simply said, "Because someone once believed in me when I didn't deserve it. Now it's my turn." And Kyle? He became a youth counselor, standing in front of troubled teens with the same quiet strength that once saved him. The bullies tried to break the new teacher in 60 seconds. But in 60 seconds, he taught them what strength, compassion, and real courage looked like. And in the end, they weren't just begging for forgiveness, they were asking how they could become like him. Message. Sometimes the strongest hearts beat quietly. Real change doesn't come with punishment, it comes with presence, patience, and the refusal to give up on someone, no matter how lost they seem.